Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Welcome. Come on in. As y'all see my title, hey Melissa. How you doing, sis? Missy from the 216. Hey sis, how you doing? You see my title. I have questions. Bad Mothers Edition. Bad Mothers Edition. And y'all, I'm not even here to talk about people on I'm doing well, babe. And I'm not even here to talk about people on YouTube, believe it or not. I'm not even talking about nobody on YouTube. I have some questions, you guys. How many have you seen the story? I need to get I probably need to be like stumped down and get a clock a few more seconds to tick down. I'm gonna tell you because I might have some colorful language today, honey. I am upset. And I probably should have came on later with this, but I just had to get this off my chest. Have you seen the news about this chick, Gloria Williams, and this guy, what is his name? Something Coulter. I ain't even as tripping about him as I am about her, because heck, it was her kids. Brian Coulter. And I'm gonna show y'all a picture. We here today to talk about these two goofballs right here. Y'all see them? These two goofballs right here. The epitome of bad mothering, the epitome of dumb criminals. I am just so through with this. So how many of y'all have seen this story? Hey Pastor Nate, how are you? I am just like too through. I first heard about this story on when I looked at uh what's his name? Torian Reigns Reloaded. Thank you, Pastor Nate. Please thumbs up the video. Y'all, I first seen this video or this seen a copy of this when I was on Torian Reign. And I'm telling y'all, I was so thoroughly upset by this stupid story. And it's stupid because it's senseless. Y'all just don't know. I have a heart for children. I have a heart for children. And this mother, and I'm going to put her picture back up there again. This goofy woman right here allowed this man to kill her 8-year-old baby. To kill her 8-year-old baby. And these are 4 of her children. She actually has 6 children, y'all. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article and then we're going to discuss it. Y'all don't know how upset I was when I seen this story. All right. Her name is Gloria Williams. His name is Brian Coulter. They are from Houston, Texas. And it says the article I'm going to be reading from, and it's going to be linked in the description. It's from the Daily Mail .com. Two girls were saved from a Houston house of horrors because their grandmother took them away from a very unstable mother. Little boy who was kicked to death and left to rot in an apartment was nonverbal autistic. So y'all, that's what my first issue is. Well, no, my first issue is nobody was there to save this baby. Nobody was there for this baby. Nobody, which is horrible, 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 horrible that nobody was there for this baby. So Gloria Robinson, her grandmother said she was all said, or the grandmother of the 13-year-old said this lady was always unstable. So they left her with the boys, but took the girls. It was 2 girls and 4 boys. All right, so the 13-year-old had been with Miss Melody Robinson, which is the grandmother, since she was 2. And she just recently got conservatorship of the 17-year-old daughter after she was kicked out of the house for protecting her brothers from the abuse. Now, Gloria Williams, she's 35, and this dude, Brian Coulter, is 31. She was charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence of human corpse. And he was charged with felony murder in connection with the killing of the 8-year-old boy. His name was Kendrick Lee. So Kendrick Lee was killed by this idiot right here. Now I'm going to tell you, he didn't kill the boy, but if you look at that tattoo, it say FOE, family over everything. Come on now. This is the image of them being arrested. So what happened was, all right, Kendrick's skeletal remains were found in an apartment alongside his 3 surviving brothers who were 15, 10, and 7. Y'all, she left this baby in the house with them to rot for a year. And the boyfriend Coulter was accused of kicking, punching Kendrick to death and breaking the 10-year-old jaw. Breaking the 10-year-old, because it's 10-year-old that was left. One of the children left behind. He broke that little baby's jaw, y'all. What kind of mess is that? And they said the 3 siblings were left alone in a filthy, unfurnished home, crawling with cockroaches and without proper food for more than 6 months. Y'all, who do that? Oh, this chick right here does it. And while she out living her best life, she left her kids in the house with, after this dude had killed them. Her and him go and get these matching warrior tattoos. Make it make sense, y'all. It's just terrible. That is terrible. They looking all lovey-dovey and living their best life. And he online on Instagram bragging, hey, Groger, how are you, darling? He online, look, drinking, and, bragging about the food they eating while the other 3 kids at the house starving. So, to get into this story, I'm gonna read a little bit of this story. All right, so the grandmother's one of the grandmother of the child that got killed, she said had she known that those kids were going through that type of abuse, she would have took all four of the boys. So the grandmother who took the two girls, her name Miss Robinson, she said Gloria Williams was always very unstable and accused her of failing to protect her six children. The little boy that was beat to death was 8 years old and autistic. He was nonverbal, and they left him to rot in the apartment with his siblings for a year. I'm gonna tell y'all that again. And it ain't even got nothing to do with Zaddy or anybody. If it was anybody, I would be outraged over it. I have an issue with. I got a heart for kids, y'all. I ain't lying. I got a heart for kids, and I can't stand it that this crazy female allowed this man to kill her kid and break the other one's jaw. She allowed him to break her other child's jaw. Now, and this, she didn't give him any medical help. That's my thing. She's in jail on a bond for 900,000. He's in jail. His bond is 1 million. All right. They left this child's skeletal. This okay. So I'm just gonna give y'all a time breakdown of the timeline. The breakdown of the timeline. No, between November 20th and the 29th, Brian Coulter beat 8-year-old Kendrick Lee to death inside the apartment in City Park 2 complex in Houston. Now, this is the thing, y'all. When he beat him to death, the mother seen it. She said she pulled him away or whatever, and then she told him to stop. He beat that little boy until his eyes were black and he wasn't moving. He was nonverbal, y'all. Then he told Brian told Gloria, he just couldn't help it. He beat him till he went to sleep. Come on now. And this story is so sad. Hey, Kenya, how are you, darling? So the next thing after all of that happened, okay, so October 2020, this dude beat the 10-year-old son and broke his jaw. And the little boy didn't receive any medical help. So she left the second son in there with no medical help. All right. March 2021. So he done killed the son in November. And that should have been October 2020. I'm thinking that was October 2020 that he broke his jaw. All right, so they done left the son, right? He done beat the other son, broke his jaw. Now, y'all, this is crazy. Listen at this. The 15-year-old son on the 24th texts his mother that he could not do this anymore and called 911 to report his brother's death. The police arrived and discovered the corpse in the house in some covers, filthy covers, and they said it was roach infested. The corpse was roach, the skeletal remains was roach infested. Y'all, I'm just sick. Why would anybody have to deal with that? Now, this is my question. So, y'all, I told y'all I had some questions. So Gloria and the dude was arrested while looking at the news reports. That's just crazy. Now everybody want to talk and talk about how bad of a mother she was, but wasn't nobody there to protect them babies. Hey, Miss Beverly, how are you? Well, nobody there to protect them babies. Now, so here go my thing. Here go my questions. Now, after he didn't beat him, March of this year, sometime they move out of the apartment. They leave the young. All right, so March of this year, they move out the apartment. They leave the little boy that's dead under some covers. They leave the other three kids there, and they go move like 15 to 20 miles away. And she left them kids in the apartment with their dead brother. I'm like, I don't understand that. But look, this is the other thing. Y'all see this picture right here? This right here is all the stuff that he was buying her. This all the stuff he bought her, all the jewelry and stuff that he gave her. And she on there bragging about, yes, it's all real. My husband loved me and this and that and the third. And her son, her four sons are in another apartment 20 miles away with nothing in the house. Because they said they took all the furniture and all that stuff out the house. They said when the police came, they asked the kids who were very thin, do you want something to eat? And they said, yeah, donuts. They said all they had in the house was like junk food for the kids to eat. They said every now and then she would send Uber Eats. Okay, so this is my thing. If you send it, all right, so there's a decomposing body. I don't know if any of you have ever smelled a decomposing body. That's an unmistakable smell. Y'all know when you smell a dead animal, that is an unmistakable smell. How is it that nobody in the complex called the police to tell them about the smell of the body? If they did the police come and check on those children? Number three, how can you as a mother, where God blessed you with something so precious, you allow the devil to come in and destroy it? How is that? Y'all, I've never had children of my own. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I I pleaded with God for children of my own. But I know why he didn't give me any of my own, because I taught school for so many years. And he knew if he would have gave me my own children, I wouldn't have went as hard for the children that I taught, because I would have had to do for my own children. If you get what I'm saying, I would have had to make sure that my own children were taken care of. But a lot of the times I would give like money and stuff to the kids. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. So this all right, so first question. How is it that you as a mother allow this devil to come in your house? And I'm not calling him devil because he's a Caucasian man. I'm calling him a devil because he gotta be the devil to beat that kid the way he did and kill him. He's the devil and she's the devil's helper. So answer me this. How can you allow this man to come into your house and hurt your child like that? That's number one. Number two, when that grandmother got conservatorship of that 17-year-old who was put out because she was keeping this guy and the mother from abusing those kids. How come it wasn't caught then? How come nobody went to the house and checked then? I read another story where this lady said the smell coming out the house was so bad that she couldn't turn on her AC, and she called the landlord or the maintenance people and said the maintenance people said they went in the house. How is it that you went in the house from where the body was laying, from what they said, and you didn't see the body, you didn't smell the body, and you didn't call the police as the maintenance people? Please tell me that. How is that? Please tell me that. That's horrible. How is it that? And then the neighbor said the lights got cut off. That was the other thing. Okay, so they moved out the apartment and Section 8 was still paying for the house, right? Y'all, they said the lights were cut off and the kids were coming, to the neighbor's house to charge up the cell phone. That 15-year-old had to be horrified if he didn't call the police to tell him, for a year, to tell him that his mother had left him in the house with a dead body and had killed his brother. Y'all know they had to be horrified. And think about this. Those kids are going to need counseling for the rest of their life. And they said several of the kids were autistic. Y'all, this story is so horrible. That is so horrible. Why didn't the neighbors call? They be nosy about everything else. Ooh, girl, you got some new furniture. Ooh, girl, you got a new TV, but you couldn't call to tell them that the lights was out and the kids was in there. This is the other thing, y'all. They said the school, because the kids ain't go to school neither. So they asked the school about it. What were they doing? They put in two truancy. Um, they filed truancy on them twice, but they dismissed it because of the pandemic. Y'all, how horrible is that? How horrible is that? And you know what? I love my nieces and nephews. I got a bunch of them. I ain't lying. And they all be like, auntie, auntie, auntie. And y'all don't know. I would do anything for them. I would do if I find out that anything was going on in any of their houses, I would be there to get them. I would be there to get them. Do you hear me? Hell, high water, moving snow, mountains, and rain. Y'all, I just don't understand it. How is it that mother, she let that man come in the house, kill her kids, and then she moved out with him? Y'all, what kind of mother would pack up her stuff and move and leave the other three children in the house with her son's corpse? And then he had to come back again because he broke the other child's jaw. And now they saying that little boy got to have facial reconstruction surgery to fix his mouth, to fix his jaw. That is terrible. That is so terrible. Y'all, what kind of monsters are in this world today? Hey, Mahogany, how are you? Can y'all believe this? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this right here is what really got me. First off, this idiot got a tattoo that said FOE, family over everything. What kind of. Then, after he kills her child, she go on Instagram showing all of this stuff that he didn't went and bought her for for Valentine's Day. Talk about y'all need to get y'all a good man. My husband's great. Then these two idiots go get matching warrior tattoos. I mean, it's just awful. And look how precious those babies are. The one in the white shirt, that's Kendrick Lee. That's the one that died, that he killed. And they found his skeletal remains. He was 8 years old. Then he came back. Then this dumb came and broke the 10-year-old's jaw. And if you look at this picture right here, you got the warrior tattoo, but if you look over on the side of the neck, it say Gloria. I guess somebody will do anything to have a man. It don't matter what kind of man. Just any piece old man will do. Just any old piece of man will do. Y'all, I am so heartbroken. I am so heartbroken. Hey, Love Blake, I just don't understand, y'all. What kind of mother would do that? Oh, wait a minute. She couldn't have been a mother. She was somebody that just carried the baby. Y'all, I'm just going to ask y'all to pray for those last three children that's remaining and the two sisters. Pray for the three boys that were remaining, the young man that had his jaw broke, and the two sisters, because they all got to live with this. It sounds like the 15-year-old was verbal and smart enough to say, look, I just can't take this no more. He was like, I can't take this no more. He texted her and told her he couldn't take it no more. And he dialed 911, called the police. I'm wondering to myself, I wonder if she said, don't call, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a few minutes. Y'all, she moved 15 to 20 miles away from the kids. And I'm still upset. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with these nosy neighbors. Because they talk about, we seen stuff going on. If you see something, say something. Especially when it come to kids. When it come to kids, you gotta, if you see something, you gotta say something. And that 15-year-old, he had to be traumatized, is scared to death. It took him a year to call the police. They had been gone about 6 months. Y'all, that's sad. What I'm gonna tell y'all, hug your babies, hug your nieces, hug your nephews, grandbabies. Make sure that if you see something going on, y'all, go and say something. If you don't think it's right, go and say something. Just think. If somebody had said something earlier, it could have probably prevented that young man from getting his jaw broke. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what I said today. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I work, but where I work, they, yeah, we were over there discussing this today. And one of the things I said was, what would you do had it been you? If and my thing was, I would, if I had the opportunity to be judge and jury, if I had the opportunity to be judge and jury, I'm gonna tell y'all what I would do. Line that man and that woman up against a wall, and I would pelt them. Y'all know them dirt bombs, them dirt bombs that have rocks in the inside of them. I throw them at them until my arms got tired and they was hurt. Then I would put them in a cell, in a hole, in the prison, and I put a dead skunk in there with them and let that dead skunk decompose. And every time it get to the point where it's not smelling no more, I add another one. And they wouldn't get nothing to eat. They wouldn't get no food and water. And let them see how they like living in those conditions. And I throw a couple of roaches and rats in there just for good measure. Y'all, it got to be a special place in hell for both of them. Thank you, Tweety. Thank you, sweetheart. But it has to be a special place in hell for both of them people. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you see something, say something. If you see the kids being bothered, anybody, it could be kids, old people, whatever. People be nosy about everything else. They be nosy about everything else. So why can't you be? They knew them kids was living in that house with no lights on. One of the neighbors said the smell was so bad that she called the maintenance worker and asked him to go over there and check the house out to see what the smell was. And said the maintenance worker had went to the house. Not only did they say the maintenance worker had went to the house for that, they say the maintenance workers had been going around doing work in different apartment building in every complex. They had to do some work in it. How did they not get in there and see that that situation was going on? When the lights went out, they was supposed, if they on Section 8, they was supposed to call the call call CPS. I'm quite sure, to tell them that they was in the house with no lights. Tweety, how you been doing, sweetheart? We gonna have to talk, girl, and chit chatter it up. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all like something. I'll be laughing talk about he ain't come home and wash his butt. Y'all, I gotta go in there and get in the shower. I just had to come in. I'm so glad, sweetie. Y'all, I had to come in. I had to talk about this. Y'all just don't know. This was on my heart. I'm telling you, I was sitting up at work. I get to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Y'all was sitting up at work like this, steaming. I was steaming. I miss you too, sweetheart. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you, Miss Tweety. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, I met Miss Tweety in Texas. I know y'all probably like, why is she talking? Y'all, I met Miss Tweety in Texas, and Miss Tweety and her sister were just the most special people. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, they are. It blessed my heart. We had a good time. We hung out at the hotel room. We went to different events together. We went to the store together with shopping. We had a good time. We had a good time. We broke bread together. I'm telling y'all, Miss Tweety and her sister are just the sweetest people. And Miss Beverly, you right. People like to abuse the elderly too. I'm gonna tell you. I had a cousin. She wasn't all in her right mind, but we found out that she was hitting her daddy. And we went over there and hit her. I bet you she ain't put her hands back on him no more. Miss Kenya, I'm telling you, we had okay, so y'all, let me go back to Miss Tweety. Y'all, Miss Tweety and her sister are the sweetest people. I had such a good time with them. We had a wonderful time in Texas. Y'all just don't know. We hung out. Tweety. Well, you ain't have to tell them that, Tweety, because that was between us. But I'm still here. I ain't gone nowhere. I ain't gone nowhere. You know, I Tweety, it happened. I wasn't gonna put it out there. So y'all see, she put it out there. So y'all, I'm gonna tell you, that's me. When I know you and you tell me something, it's us. You get what I'm saying? It's not my responsibility to put your story out there. If if that makes any sense, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that, and I would never ever. And I don't care. I heard Pastor Nate talk about when Mad Day come. When Mad Day come, people will put your business out there. But even when Mad Day come, and you can put my business out there, I'll never say anything about you because I'm not built that way. I'm not built that way. It might hurt my feelings, but hey, I'm not built that way and I never will be. I don't have to. I don't have to. That's not how I roll. And it's not within my nature to make my fellow man, brothers and sisters feel bad. That's not what I do. So anyway, y'all, it's been 37 minutes. I'm gonna let this one go because if I don't, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna sit here and be mad, cussing and fussing. Thank you, thank you, Kenya. I try to be. My thing is when I ask y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I ask the Lord to make me a blessing so I can be a blessing. I know what I know what the prayer mean, and I know what it mean. Y'all look at my hat. This is what I wore to work today. I had my hat on because my head was cold. It's like 40 degrees. Anyway, so I understand what it means. And with great um gifts come great responsibility. So I love you all. Tweety, I will be giving you a call, my darling. Miss Beverly, thank you. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you all for coming. Pastor Nate, another beautiful spirit I met in Texas. Mahogany Roots, thank you, sis. We gotta get together and do our Veterans Lounge. Jane London, thank you, sweetheart, for coming in. I appreciate you all. I really do. Miss Groger, and I probably pronouncing her name wrong. And Missy from the 216. Yeah. Y'all, I'm about to get out of here. I'm going to take me a shower, get ready. But I'll be back later on because I got something to say about a veterans lounge for my veterans. I got something to give. I got some good information to give out for them. Yes, God. Anyway, y'all, I'm out. As my mama says, live, love, and laugh. And as my daddy said, Lord, make us a blessing so we can be a blessing. God, I just wish somebody would have been a blessing to that 8-year old. But I'm praying that somebody is a blessing to the other 3 children that's living. All right, my darlings, I'm out. Deuces.